Are we in here? Are we up? Check Wi-Fi clear. Looks good. Are we good to go? Do we have sound? I'm still not quite sure. Is the sound okay this morning? Do we have sound? Sounds good. Sound is on. Okay, good. All right, okay. It's a different plug up set up on the mic. Okay, now you can see this morning we're upstairs. It's a sizing stream this morning. Not so interesting, I'm sorry. Maybe more chance to see the stream. What's supposed to be happening is a TV crew that was here yesterday sent me an email at night after I was already in bed asking if they could come and shoot the stream this morning. And they said they would guarantee be here by 8 o'clock, and nobody has showed up yet. So anyway, they will come and bother us or they won't bother us. I've got no idea. In the meantime, I'm just going to get to work. The size is cooked and ready, but it's not into the bucket here yet. So they're kids, you know. It's TV people kids. They're production crew. They're always kids, and the crews like that are always, they screw you around. They're late. They don't do what they say. They promise and they don't deliver. Anyway, who cares about those guys? Let's get going. You know what's happening. Here's the point where I spill 3 liters of size into my computer. Should we cover it up? One day, do this long enough and one day we will have the ultimate tragedy. I hear the laptop fan is running. That's what we're covering it up. We better lift this thing up too, I guess. What am I going to use here? Let's lift this thing up. I should have done it before I started. I should put that as part of my pre-stream checklist in the summertime now, eh? Elevate laptop. Oh, you're asking me. Don't forget to elevate your laptop. Thank you, John. I'm on it. How many sheets is it? It's a mix of stuff. It's a mix. I've got a few different types. The first session here, the first batch is the big wide stuff. This is the paper we call takenaga. These are already cut in half. I cut them in half a few minutes ago. There's, I've forgotten how many sheets are here. Let me see. Okay, looks like you're going to count, are you? Where am I? Where's my dosa calendar? We have, I cut 8 sheets in half for Ukiyo-e Heroes. It's going to be the I forget the name of the print. It was the first one in last year's boss fight series. The one where there's the young man with the sword with a robot. I forget Jed's title for it. We're going to be doing another run of those. So 16 of these sheets are for that. Then 8 of these sheets are for some more Chibi Heroes. We are still churning out Chibi Heroes. It's such fun. People still collect them. We're still making them. And then after that, there's some more paper. If I get time for it on the stream, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. There's some more paper, and this is going to become our friend, the Owl, printed by yours truly, sometime later on this week. Is the shop phone up here with me? No, the TV crew might call. I sent them a note last night after I read the email this morning. I said, I'll leave the door open, come in, come up to the 3rd floor. So more than that, I can't really do. Takenaga, the paper is called Takenaga. It's one of the old traditional dimensions. It's a kanji I don't know. I think it's one of those things they had when we talk about measurements, nowadays we have centimeters, there was inches. Before that in Japan there was shaku and sun. And I think take was one of those old sizes, one of those old words. I don't know. Later this week, I meant later, whatever, just sometime. Weeks and days don't really mean much. Today's Friday here, and it's the first day of the Sanja Festival, Sanja Matsuri. And there's going to be some crazy disruptions here the next few days. If you don't know what it is, just go to Google and Google Sanja, S-A-N-J-A, Sanja Matsuri. Look for the image page, and you'll see what we're going to be faced with here for the next couple of days. There you go, take. It's a measurement, height, and stature, one of the old kanjis. Takenaga. The first 2 you got there, Takenaga. That's the name of this paper size. No, it's way bigger than a double oban. Way bigger. Way bigger. This I'm looking at is a double oban. This is half of a Takenaga sheet. I've already cut them in half this morning. The whole Takenaga sheet itself is like this. You can't see it on the camera. That's a full Takenaga sheet. I've cut them in half, and we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 ukiyo-e heroes out of that. And then when Tsushima-san for a chibi, she's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of Chibi Heroes prints. These are big sheets, and they are expensive. I think last time I checked, the dollar equivalent was around $35. I forget exactly. They are big sheets of paper and expensive. Okay, where's my brush? Soften up for a minute or two. I should have put that in a few minutes ago. I always forget that, John. Is Dave sizing paper? Yes, Dave is sizing paper here this morning. So, $35 for a single sheet. Yes, it's totally expensive. It's 100% perfect mulberry fiber made by one of the most famous paper makers on the planet. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. When it comes down to a single print size, remember, we're going to get 8 ukiyo-e heroes prints out of this. So it's not a big deal when you think about it for the price for the print. It's not a big deal. It's an expensive part of our cost, but that's okay. When Toyota builds a car, they pay a bunch for the steel, I'm sure. That's the last part of our job we want to scrimp on. No, this is the traditional paper guy. None of the new paper guy has not yet gone into any production for us yet. None of the prints you receive are made on the new paper yet. It's not ready for prime time for us. It's still experimental. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Let's see. And away we go. Not a good start. Landed too heavy. You can see, look, if even from where you are, you can see I landed too heavily here and then I paused here. You can see it even from where you are. 62 coaches watching me. Yeah, right. Like you guys know how to do this, but whatever. Okay. It's not just the 62 coaches, it's posterity. You guys are uploading this to YouTube, right? So that's going to be there like forever. So whatever screw-ups I do on these streams, they're like recorded, you know? That was the one thing that makes me a bit uncomfortable about these things going up to YouTube. You know, my own YouTube videos, that's fine. I can put mistakes in as I wish and as I leave out. But this way I've got no control over this. The mix is glue and alum. It's the one I'm using today. It's 50% glue, 50 grams, not 50%. Sorry, 50 grams of Nikawa glue per liter, and then 15% of that. I'm getting better at this. Nikawa, Nikawa. You can Wikipedia. There's lots of information out there. Actually, it's Wa Nikawa. Wa Japan Nikawa, Japanese glue. Mailbox there, no mail from that guy. Nope. No mail. I left the door open, so nothing else I can do, I think. Let me go and grab the phone like somebody suggested. Back in a sec here. Oh, no flashing lights, no numbers, nothing. Seems okay. No, I don't do the ninja squat thing. That's Shiba-san. I think she's wrong to do it that way, but whatever. It's not my call. I don't have that much power in my arm, so I need to do this with my body. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock my arm here. Move my body. So I'm doing this with my legs. My right leg is pushing forward. I'm just locking my upper body. Juniors in Japan, I think there's 6 of them out there now. I did. I haven't done one now in a year, so they won't be calling me again. They've told me that I'm retired from that program, but I think there are 6 episodes out there. They come up as reruns sometimes. I saw one, NHK rerun it just last week. The one from Kendo making the shogi pieces. That was rerun last week and uploaded again to YouTube. Pre-sized paper. Yeah, there's paper out there that's pre-sized. We wouldn't touch it. We don't want that. We want to size it ourselves. We need total control over this. We used to have our paper sent to a sizing craftsman. We ordered it from the paper maker, as we do now, and we asked him to ship it directly to the sizing craftsman, who did it to our specifications. He basically crapped out over the years, got worse at it. So we switched over to doing it ourselves. I don't even know now, 5, 6 years ago, somewhere around there. Yeah, the journeys, there's, I don't remember the episodes. I went to Shirakami Sanchi up in Aomori Prefecture. I did one in Osaka art journey. One was in the Yamanashi Prefecture. We visited the guy making inden on a leather. Another one was I went to, what's the name of that onsen up on the Japan Sea coast, the one where they serve the crab? I forget the name of the place. Kinosaki Onsen. That was the best one. That was a fun one. But as I said, I've been retired. They want girls. They don't want old white guys. They want young girls now. So I've been retired from that program. So. Oops, I'll catch it there. You see it, the dark stripe at the end? I gave up a bit too soon. I was pushing right to the end and then stopped an instant too soon. This is well within the variation of what's... Interesting, that's a message on the answering machine. Why didn't it actually ring? Excuse me guys, it's probably those people. Yeah, it's the TV guy. They're late. They said they're running late. He said, we're running late, and do you mind if we shoot the video when we get there? Yeah, right, like I'm gonna do. Nothing else to say. Par for the course. This is exactly what you get. I've learned not to wait for them, don't care about them. You know. In the early days here, really like way back, when I was first starting to do this and getting media attention, if I didn't know, the TV crew would say, can we come? And I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be on TV, fabulous. And anything they asked you would do, you'd jump up and down. And then you learn that they just throw you away anyway. They don't care. They will just keep asking and asking and asking and keep doing stuff and doing stuff and doing stuff. and then you'll get like 5 seconds in the middle of somebody else's 1 hour program. You know, they demand huge amounts and they deliver next to nothing. So over the years we've learned to just become a bit more cynical about it. So I'm not trying to be a jerk. I don't care what those guys do, but I've learned that their mode of operation is to ask everything, to end up with a pile of stuff in their editing studio, and they just use a little bit. So just I've learned not to care. Also, we don't fake stuff anymore. And not that I fake stuff, but they would say things like, whatever. I'd do something and ask, can we do that over again because the angle wasn't right, stuff like this. No, this is my job. I'm not going to replay it. If you didn't catch it the first time, I'm sorry, you missed it. We don't make movies. It's being on a TV program is like a little bit of a documentary thing. It's their job to catch it. You change the glue alum mixture based on the weather. Absolutely, it changes all the time. I changed it last week. Through the winter, when it was really cold, the paper is actually quite strong. The paper is inherently strong when you're printing in a colder environment. And we were using a mixture of about, I think we bottomed out at about 40 or 45. I can't remember exactly. So maybe speaking generally here, that we would use maybe in winter 40 grams per liter. And by the time we get to the summer, we're using somewhere like 60 grams per liter. And then the alum, of course, changes equivalently. The alum usually is about 15% by weight of the Nikawa. So it's the simplest way to describe it is less glue in the winter when the paper is strong, and more glue in the summer when the paper is easily abraded and it's soft. And there's lots more to it than that I myself really don't have a good handle on. The humidity each day, for example. Today here it's 64%. Whatever. When we're moistening our paper, that's a factor for us. Because say if it's 64%, we dip the brush in, we don't need more water because the paper already has moisture in it. But if the humidity here is only 32%, the paper doesn't have enough water in it. We have to dip our brush more and put the water on for printing. It's sort of by feel. I'm looking at this and feeling what to do. But the simplest way is yes. In winter when it's cold, the glue is weaker. And in summer when the paper is weak, the glue mixture is stronger. And basically 40 grams in winter, 60 grams in summer, and an S-curve between the two. If you want more discussion about glue mixtures and stuff, there is, I think, a page on my, just a sec. There's a page in the quasi-encyclopedia that I've been trying to build over the years. I haven't touched it in years now. If you go to woodblock.com, just try and find it here. Chrome doesn't have my bookmarks here. Woodblock.com. I've killed Safari, which has all my bookmarks. Excuse me. Let me try and find this. Oh, here are a collection of, here are. If you go to this page, through that page and scroll down, you'll see a couple of links to some very, very old pages about sizing and sizing materials. And I think these were written before I actually started doing sizing myself. Yeah, Japan. Sorry, absolutely. I'm sorry. Soka. Of course, I'm speaking about Japanese winters, dry and cold here, and then summer, hot and muggy and humid. Sorry, whatever. It goes with the territory. I'm speaking of my local environment. If you're in Australia or somewhere else, of course, it's upside down. A wiki page. I tried years and years ago when I was in the Barron Forum and when it was up and running quite strongly. This would have been about whatever, the year 2000 or so. That thing that you see is the encyclopedia. I opened it on the Barron Forum page. It wasn't going to be Dave's encyclopedia. It was going to be the Barron Forum's encyclopedia, with everybody contributing pages and updating and putting notes and memos in. And what happened in real life is only I did stuff. Nobody else did anything. So when I left Barron, I just took it home and put it in my own webpage, and that was that. So the idea was to make a community editable source of information. But the community was too lazy / whatever, I don't know, didn't happen. The basic problem is when we're doing it this traditional way, there's so few people with any experience at it. Nobody else wanted to contribute to that encyclopedia because Dave was doing it, and they're sort of competing with Dave. What do they know about it? But I think absolutely, information from beginners, information from medium people, whatever, absolutely. So any of the information that's there on my website in that sort of sense, feel free to paste it and copy it and screw it around and take it somewhere else. I don't care. It's just information. Tell me, well, after the first few sheets, I got better at this here. This is thick paper stone. I'm seeing like 2 sheets together. The Nikawa is in, the Romaji is Nikawa. There's no C, Nikawa glue. The ratio is 50-50. No, I think that's a bit misleading. When I said 50, what I mean is 50 grams of glue per liter of water. And the alum is 15% of the Nikawa glue. So what we're using today's a 50 gram mix because we're in late spring here. So it's 50 grams of Nikawa glue. Then 15% of that, which is, what is it? It's 7.5 grams of alum or something. And that's per liter of water. And this is not God speaking. This is our specific experience at our type of paper with our system of doing it. Well, experimentation's fun, but when you're paying $35 for a sheet of paper, experimentation gets a bit expensive. That's part of our problem here, is that we have a running factory here. We have prints to deliver, we have paper to buy. It limits what we can experiment with because, it screws up the production process. We were talking about this the other day. I would love to have a back room, which was the lab, where you could experiment and try things without affecting your production, But we have to keep the production running. No email from those dudes? Nothing? Okay, there's the front side done, front face. Okay, let's flip it. Again, the flipping direction is important. It's flipped left to right. We flip this way and not that way. If I flip this way, then when we did the back side, we'd still be working from the same end of the paper. And those landing places would get double. So we flipped it this way. So on the back side now, I'm going to be working from the other end of the paper. The other thing to mention about this glue and alum stuff, that if you're going to write this down, that depends very much on the type. Whoa, guys, tight space here. Don't touch that cable. That ratio and those recipes are dependent on what product you're using. Eh? We've got different kinds of Nicola glue. This is Nicola glue, this traditional size of it. It's called Sanzembon. And this is much stronger than what I'm using. And if I were using this and melting it down, I wouldn't be using 50 grams of this because it would be way too strong. What we are using is this stuff. It's granulated Nicola, granulated glue. And it's much weaker than that traditional, where am I? Which lens? I'm okay. It's much weaker than that traditional stuff. So when I say my 50 gram number that I'm talking about, it's this stuff. This is what we found works for us. And the alum, that popularly comes in two forms. One form is a powder called yaki myoban. Not grilled, baked, yaki, fried. What's the word yaki? It's done something with heat. The alum we're using is this. They're like little white, tiny beads. You can see them through this. Here, might be easier to see here. Can you see them better? They're little white beads. They're almost transparent, translucent. There you go. This is the form of alum we're using. And if it was the white powdered alum, the ratios will have to be completely different. That 15% I mentioned is based on using this stuff. So not to confuse the issue more, but just at least to get it out there. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm doing the back side. Keep going. Roast it, that's the word. Height. That word yaki, so many translations. So I think it will be roasted alum or something like that in terms of, like the guy says, minerals here. Yes. Here you get sesame seeds, they grind them up and roast them and you get that powder. It looks just like this. So yes, roasted I think. Too many variables. Sorry about that. Welcome to the club. There's the doorbell down there. Who do you think this is? It could be Cameron or it could be TV people. Let's see how it goes. It's 8:34. That's a bit early for him, right? Got the screen in the way now. Here, I'm moving it around. There's footsteps on the stairs. Oh, it is. It's Cameron's. So they're still not here. Yeah, I didn't know. The TV people sent. They put a message on the phone an hour or so ago. Oh, I don't know. You're up to date. They sent an email last night. They wanted to watch the stream this morning.
Oh. Huh.
So I said, yeah, I left the door open. That's why the door's open.
I left
still
it open.
So. But there's an email, not an email, a Lucidan message from them.
Yeah.
They were already late by the time they sent that message. So. find out they're going to show or not show. Who cares?
Okay.
No idea. I told him yesterday I can't spend more time with him today. You know, I gave him how long? I gave him half of my day yesterday. There's no way I can do that again.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
And it's for what, 7 minutes?
For 7 minutes. And also, when they were leaving there, he for about 10 minutes, he put the screws on me. We got to go to Olmec. We got to go to Olmec. I just kept saying, you missed it. Your chance was Tuesday. We talked about it before. He said, well, let's go. Can we go tomorrow? Like, give me a break. Another day out of my schedule. To do what, you know?
Yeah.
I think they get so used to this, you know, when they say jump, people jump because it's like, oh my God, I'm going to be on TV. Come say hello. We're going to straighten.
But you're like, been there, done that.
Well, no, I'm not trying to be, you know, some jerk asshole that doesn't care about this.
No,
anymore,
but you've been on TV, so it's not like
well,
some
no,
rare...
we've learned that it's not a big deal. It's just, you know, whatever. They're desperate for content. Excuse me, I'm going to cut that in front of you.
Morning. We aren't ready for Cameron. I turned off Wi-Fi and everything, but maybe it's my mere presence that just absorbs Wi-Fi.
Oh, everything is turned off. This machine was restarted 5 minutes before the stream started. Your computer is, the Wi-Fi's turned off.
And I haven't touched it.
So we have a tiny bit of drop frame. CPU is only 13.9. Yeah. We're not directly wired today. It's the one sort of weak link in this chain.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. And the computer, we've switched these computers now. The one downstairs now, it doesn't do anything. It's not backing up onto anything. I checked here my own backup to make sure that wasn't disturbing things. So my own backup was finished and the next one is scheduled for tomorrow. So that's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
That's probably one reason. He's got a pacemaker, but he's not telling me about it. And it's broadcasting or something like this.
Yeah. I'm a cyborg.
So now it comes out, you know. We look around and see him lifting off the back of his head.
I'm sorry, I did not tell you before.
Talk like a robot. Robot cards, yeah.
His papers for Kubota-san, More Heroes, he's doing really well. He is just churning them out. It's so good.
Yeah.
The quality is up now that we've put the screws on them a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's looking
Which one
really
is the next one?
This is going to be, I keep forgetting the name for it. It's the,
The newest ones? Or?
No, it's the young man with the sword plunging it into the robot.
Okay, yeah.
I forget what Jed calls it. He starts making the titles too long now, and I can't remember them because of that. I don't know.
What's that one?
The mic sound you hear, it's the mic against the expanding metal of the tub here. I can't remember. Young Man Shakes Heaven, that's the one about the kid on the horse. I just get them all confused now. So.
Guardian? No.
Well, the Guardian is the creature in the game. It's called a Guardian. So. I was hoping someone was going to remind us of it, but they don't know what we're talking about. So it's okay.
Thought they were clones, but he's actually just a robot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be another warm.
Yeah, not warm, hot, of course.
Yeah.
It's good for the festival. I'm so glad it's not raining for the festival.
Oh, yeah, that would be miserable. When do festivities start on Friday? Or today?
Today, around noon.
Around noon,
Actually,
okay.
if you do have time, pop out and go and see. You won't be able to get too close, but there's it's the Gyodetsu, they call it. Google it first, and see what's going on. And you won't be able to get close to it, because people are staking out camera locations, like as we speak now.
Yeah.
It's 8:30 in the morning. The thing starts around noon.
Okay, so Gyodetsu. So it'll be people dressed as warriors?
Yeah, it's not that one. It's mostly traditional dance types. There's one group of people that dress as cranes and something.
Okay.
It's all totally decided donkey years ago and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Sort of a parade of traditional Japanese.
Trial of Strength, that's what it's got.
Trial of
Ken's got
Strength,
Trial
that's
of
it.
Strength.
Thank
Sorry.
you. That's it.
So this blank paper in the space of the next couple of weeks will be transformed.
Did we already receive another batch from him? Or
He's doing it right now.
Oh, he's doing
Right now. He's doing the Serpent Strikes.
okay, but he's been doing them so quickly that
Yes, he's been doing well. So the last batch of rickshaw was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so he slumped there for a while a few months ago, but now he's back. And this is new for him. This Charles Trent. Up to now, only Subisan has printed it.
oh really?
So the sample we're going to send to him will be from his
His disciple.
his disciple. So exactly.
Yeah.
I missed yesterday a bunch of these. It doesn't much matter. I know what's going to happen. Those dudes are going to show up just as I'm finishing this batch.
Oh, sure. You can still hear the bell pretty well.
I got
right?
pretty well, but I did hear it.
Okay, you did hear me when I came up.
Yeah, I hear it. But it's a touch and go thing. If I happen to be talking or something, I might not hear it. And if there's a crow or something outside. So it's just on the edge of it's not in your face. If I'm in the printer's room, it's not.
I want to be helpful, but I'm afraid of touching the computer.
Actually, there is some, actually, I meant to mention yesterday morning, before I started the stream, I checked that, the update thing, have the invoice payments been going, and there's two. It's the Cameron Brown. I found a mistake. One of the two of them has an extra space. So check that out. And then there was another one where somebody has two subscriptions, and he paid, but it didn't update either of them. Maybe there's confusion. So
Okay.
I left
At least
I
it's
left it
two and
open.
not 45.
I left it open on the desktop.
Okay, I did see those, yeah.
So that's it. That was the two.
Okay.
It's Wi-Fi turned off. We can't.
But I can't fix them online.
Oh no. It was the two. And the Cameron Brown one, I clearly saw it. It had. I forget which one was which. One of them had an extra space, or one of them was a space short. I can't remember. And then the other one was just the classic traditional mistake. But that's 24 hours ago, so I don't know what's happened in the intermediate time. How do you keep up with so many prints in rotation? We have, we are currently constructing, it'll never be finished. We have a pretty good management system for this. All of our printing jobs go into the system. How many we've ordered from the printers, how many came back, how many have been sold. When somebody buys a print online, it's automatically deducted from inventory. We have a not bad system. It's not perfect, and Cameron's sitting here rolling his eyes because I'm overpraising it, but we have a good system in place. It's always in process, and it will be in process forever, but it's good, it works. As far as the heroes goes, we just try and keep up. We try and keep in advance of it. We ourselves don't sell the heroes prints online. That's all through Jed. So Jed will drop us an order. He'll say, I need 20 of this, 10 of this, 15 of this, 10 of this, 10 of that. We ship it over, look at our own inventory of what's in stock here, and then when things start to get low, we try and get the printing done in advance of when Jed's next order will come through. And for the most part, we've been pretty good at that, actually. We haven't really failed with something's out of stock for a long, long, long time. Cameron-san, if you are, because you can't fire that thing up just yet, there's lots of work that has been done on the first floor. That room at the back. I don't know when's the last time you saw it.
Okay.
He's done a ton of work down there.
Yeah.
So a little.
took some pictures 2 days ago.
Okay, well then let's get something online. I don't know. You can do that. Get a blog. get a vlog ready or something, get some pictures ready.
Okay.
Well, these guys here, they've given up asking me because it's been so long since I've shown any pictures of the construction.
Okay. The key is in the same place it used to be.
They're hanging on the
Okay.
stairwell. Yeah, both keys hang there.
Okay.
So I think the inside door actually is open. You'll probably just have to open the shutter. But anyway, both keys are together. So. Any news on the first floor construction? It is moving forward quite slowly. I myself haven't lifted a finger down there now for weeks. Absolutely not. I've been too busy upstairs. It's Aoyama-san all just by himself who's working on it. The back room now is within days of being done. We've ordered the tatami to be fitted into the floor. Aoyama-san has built the frame for the tatami. He's put the subfloor in. The ceiling is done except for the highlight strips. The back wall is done. The shoji are in place. He put the sink in place in the back room yesterday. The lighting is ready to go. So the next job is going to be moving out into the shop and doing the floor. And then once the floor is in place, we're going to do the furniture. Finish off the sales counter and then finish off the bins for putting the prints in. And like I said, we haven't been doing much vlogging and pictures. I'm sorry, just in the general mess. But Cameron's gone down now just to take some pictures, as you heard just a minute ago. I hear lots of action on the stairwell. That doorbell is ringing, ringing, ringing. So maybe other people are here. Who knows? I don't know. Dave dressed down the crew. What do you mean? Like yell at Cameron or something? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't dress anybody down. What do you mean? Are you talking about the TV people? I'm not going to yell them. It's their own loss. They've missed the interesting part of this work here. I was cooking Minikawa on this. I've only got 2 sheets left on this. They're going to see a bit messy, messy job. Those of you who have seen these sizing streams know what happens next. This batch here has to sit for 15 or 20 minutes while I start the next batch. And then I've got to run and switch this off and hang it up. It'll be a bit chaotic here. So they're not going to see a smooth, nice interaction at all. That's their own, never mind, What, you want to see me yell at people? I don't do that. Oops. Yeah, Okari Yoshio, coming. I don't know if I'll get a chance to do it next couple of days. I was hoping actually, I forgot, so I was thinking I could maybe get started on that video production tonight, but actually probably it's not going to be possible because the outside, it's the festival. Friday and Saturday, it's going to be so noisy outside. And that next video is a ramble video. It's going to be in the back room by my carving bench. which is open to outside, it's going to be really, really noisy. Japanese people are respectful. TV, these days, it's nothing. TV is collapsing. Same thing here as in anywhere. TV is just, it's in absolute chaos. It's collapsing. They're not getting advertising money. They're broke. They're all over. They don't know what to do. And the production crews are kids. The people who were yesterday filming us, they are literally kids. They're like 18, 20, 22. Some have got experience, some don't. They're hanging around. What do we do next? They don't know what they're doing. They've been sent out by the TV channel or station or network to get some stuff. These are kids who work for a production company. Nice background noise. No, it'll be impossible for me to speak during that thing. So I won't be able to make the video tonight. Anyway, relax, it's coming, it's coming. I haven't got my note cards ready yet. Okay, that paper has to sit for 15, 20, push to 25 minutes maybe. The intermediate time, I've got to get this paper ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I need the board that stuff's drying on. Do-de-do-do-de-do-do. Do I have Surfer Girl? I've got a copy myself in my own collection, but I don't have the blocks for it, no. I don't know who made that. That's an interesting question. Who did that Surfer Girl? There was 2 made in that series. And I got no idea who made them. I hear bells ringing, bells ringing, bells ringing. Is it Cameron coming back or is it the TV people? There's almost nothing left to do, you know. If they don't show up any minute now, they're done. Oh, the owl. You're talking about the owl? Mr. Refrigerator? Does it get a mister? Is he fridge or is he refrigerator? I don't know. What's the official name? Have I run this paper through the etcher? No. What we're going to do is, it's the paper for Kubota-san. It's the paper you just saw me do just now. It's now been sized. Next step for me now is to hang it up. We'll seal the room. We'll try and dry it as slowly as we can. That'll be by this evening. Then before I send it to Kubota-san, it's going to be run through our etching press on a pretty light setting, just to kill the surface, calender the surface, and make it a bit thinner for him. We should show that process one day too, you know. Maybe I could do that tomorrow morning. The thing is, it only takes a few minutes, you know. Hey, Mom's here. Good morning. How you doing? Haven't spoke to you for a few days. Simon looks like he's having fun in his new home, eh? My brother recently, he's in the process of moving from Germany to Thailand. He's finishing up a job there and starting retired life in Thailand. Mom's in the chat. Be nice, everyone, eh? These footsteps.
It's just me again.
Just you. So they're not here yet. So whatever. I finished the main stack now. I've just got like 6 sheets left. So I think it's just nothing I can do. I can't.
I saw this phone flashing and thought it might be a call from him or something, but it's Shota, he said there was an accident or something, so his train's going to be late. So
Soka,
he's
Soka,
coming.
okay.
Yeah. But
There's
he's
a
trying to
10
get here
o'clock
as
party.
fast as he can.
Who else? It's Kawai-san's also on duty today, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
But are they both coming from Chiba? They might be on the same line.
Soka, do we have a problem? Well, there's a 10 o'clock party, I think, with one person. Let me just check here. Excuse me a minute, guys.
So it's only 9, or not even.
So we're okay. I know. I think again it's going to be a really light day today. I know we've closed the parties, Aiden. So Kawai-san's also here and Shota.
Okay.
2 people at 10 o'clock for a party. That's it. So I can handle that. No problem. I can handle that. Whatever. I think so. Yeah, good of him to do a reply.
Yeah.
When we say slowly dry, the point being, if we hang it and leave the doors open, it dries within, 30 minutes or an hour or so, and it goes really crinkly. Same as any sheet of paper. If you make it wet and just sit it there and let it dry, it crinkles beyond belief. It turns out that when you let paper dry really slowly, it dries basically flat. It's not 100% flat. We still have to press it lightly to make it flat. So what we do is, in fact, Cameron's not going to be so happy about this today. I'm going to do this. I'm going to hang up the paper
And then we close
in the room,
doors.
and then I got to close all the doors. And his computer, he's now the only place he can work on. His computer is there. So you better. There's no, the building's all done.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Speak of party reservations.
10 o'clock, right?
Yeah, let's have a look and see what it is. I don't know. Speak of party reservations. It's not for today, whenever it is. Let's see. 5/18. Wait a minute. Today's the 18th, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Soka. Yeah, it's one more person. That's when I said it was 1 and 1. I thought it was a bit strange. I thought it was only 1, but it was this reservation just coming in.
Oh,
So we have a
okay.
1 and a 1 at 10 o'clock. So it's
Got
easy. But I'd better reply to her right now because she's not going to get other one. Excuse me, gang. Sorry about this. Things are stacking up here.
And then TV crew sometime.
We've got your reservation. We will be ready for you. Fill in this morning. Hi. Erase the canned reply. She's a lady from Australia. Okay, good. Okay, I gotta get going. Let's just do this. Switch brushes and do this. The party jingle didn't go away. It's always on my computer, always here. What has gone away from your hearing is the order jingles, because the orders no longer come to my computer. The orders all go to the man over there, his computer, and he doesn't do the jingle stuff. He doesn't like
Although
it.
with this computer, we got all the jingles back.
It's up to you, off or on, whatever. So. Okay. But are the orders coming through there now? Because they weren't picking up the JP
They
side.
aren't,
you know.
huh?
Are you on this?
I've got some jingles, but I've been getting all the orders on this
On your own,
computer,
okay.
yeah.
So, but if you're, because that thing doesn't get the Mokohanga email at all.
So that was one of the things I want to.
Okay,
change.
sort out. Okay, thanks.
But I am getting them.
All right.
You can check. People should be getting their waves soon.
Weird dark question. Do people jump in front of trains? Yes, it's a thing in Japan. There's train lines that are more noted for than others. It's a huge problem in this society. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's extremely difficult for the train companies to handle. The one solution that is big ongoing in the past few decades is more and more platforms now have barriers. And all new train platforms and all new train lines have platform barriers. And the older train lines are being retrofitted bit by bit by bit. And that delay this morning from Koizumi-san, it may have been what we call Jinshinjiko, which may have been just that reason, I don't know. Yeah, it's a thing here. Dave, how come you've never mentioned your sister? I see she's just back from Palm Springs, so you know more than I do. We don't follow each other so much on that. It's interesting. I Skype my mother when I try and remember to do that, because you're supposed to do this. But me and my brother and my sister, we don't chat that much all the time. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I don't mention my kids either, my grandchildren. I don't think I talk about the rest of my family here on this. The last thing my kids are going to do is going to be following Dave's Twitch stream. They've got better things to do than that. So, okay, here we go. Let's do this. This is one loaded brush. So, different rhythm. It's thinner paper. I've got to move faster. Absolutely move faster. It's a brush with more body to the hairs and longer hair, and it's thinner paper. It's exactly the reverse from what I would like. I would like for this thin paper a brush of the same texture as the one you just saw me use. And then for the larger paper, I would love a brush like this with longer hair and more body. And you can't buy them for love or money. At some point, when we're totally rich and famous and we're dominating the world here, we will have people making stuff like this for us. At the moment, it's just not possible. That's still too much liquid. I can feel it. Yeah. For me again, the amount of glue you use varies plus or minus 15%. Well, I don't know where that number comes from. As I said, what we've been doing was in winter, because it's cold and the paper is quite strong, we use about 40 grams per liter. About 40 grams. That's as low as we get in winter when the paper is strong. Going up into the hot season, when it's summer, we increase the amount of glue. So we will get up to maybe about 60 grams per liter, somewhere around there, when the paper is really, really soft, whether it's when it's very hot and warm and the paper tears easily. So you're putting varying 15%. I don't think of it that way. We just simply have our numbers. And if you put whatever, something like we're using about, in cold temperatures, 40 grams per liter, in really warm temperatures, around 60 grams per liter. And the alum also varies with that. And the alum, we usually measure it as 15% of the Nikawa. That's where your 15 came in. That's the alum ratio, is 15% of the glue amount. So I'm sorry if I was confusing and wasn't clear about it earlier. Excuse me. Yes, if I have 50 grams of Nikawa glue, and the spelling there is a bit strange. We usually spell it Nikawa, Nikawa. 50 grams of glue would be about 7.5 grams of alum, yes. In today's mix I made this morning, I made 2 liters of this stuff. So I used 100 grams of glue, I used 15 grams of Nikawa, bubbled it all up together, and that's what we're using today. Save some soup for the TV crew. I can't. I'm almost done now. The next step now, after doing the back of these 6 sheets, is I should be hanging that stuff. And that'll mean moving the camera over there, shutting the stream down, and restarting over there. So I'm afraid they've missed their chance. There's really nothing else I can say. It's too bad, because I like talking about the work and showing it, and it would have been fun as part of that TV program to have this thing, the internet thing and streaming. It would have been fun. But they seem to have bollocksed it. So unless they want to try it, cancel today and come back tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's what they'll decide to do. What's tomorrow's stream going to be? Today's Friday. Tomorrow is going to be, I think it's downstairs working on the microwave, I guess. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, John. I'm on that, actually. I'm thinking about it. Okay, so what I'll do then next is after I finish this next 2 sheets here, what we're going to do is I've got to move the system over there, going in the next room. So I'm here by myself and the camera's downstairs taking pictures of them downstairs. So what I'll do is I will shut the stream down, because I can't move all the components, the computer and the tripod and the video interface. I can't move them all by myself as a one-man thing. So in a minute here I will shut the stream down, move the gear to the next room, and I will then restart with a new fresh stream, put the thing back to life again. And sometimes, because of the inconsistency in our video interface, that sometimes takes a while. A while being, a few minutes. It doesn't want to start, it needs a kick and it needs a restart. So if you're interested to hang around to see that, that's okay. If you're not, then so we are. I hear the doorbell again. It's that Cameron coming back. Maybe he can help me move it. Let's wait another minute. But it doesn't matter. Even if it is the TV people, it's nothing to show. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to shut this down. I'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes. Okay? The oil painting. No, yeah, I saw that. It is on YouTube, right? What am I doing? Okay, I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes in the next room. Signing off just for a short time. Excuse me here. Stop streaming. Click.